Imagine a resource where you can find the best items for the fighter archetype. I have boiled down the knowledge acquired through extensive testing to a two-step formula. By the way, we are going a bit further than only covering the basic set items from Steelbloom. And let's be real, you do not want a full set of Rosiaruim. Gravedusted Greaves and Gloves of the Gravetender is dropped from the name mob called the Gravetender in Gravepeak. The Shatterwolf Pauldrons on the other hand can be found by killing the named mob called Cursefang in the outskirts of Sephillion. The named mob called the Enchanted Cuirass drops both the studded leather belt and the Cuirass of Enchantment. You can quite easily pull this mob by following the white line up the mountain and then range pulling the mob from the orange marking on the map. This is not a solo endeavor, so bring some friends with you. Another named mob inside of Carphin is the Curio Peddler. The spawn point is apparently wrong in the codex, so I've included both the spawns I don't know of. He drops the John's Curious Pendant. Well, let's steer away from named mobs just for 1 second. The Royal Cloak of Winstead is obtainable if you turn in enough tickets that you obtain from doing commissions whilst being a citizen. Both the Rosiaruim guard bracers and the Steelbloom earring is dropped from the mobs inside of Citadel of Steelbloom. And on we go with some world drops. You can't target farm these as I couldn't find any named mob that dropped these items in particular. Your best bet would arguably be to farm the high star mobs near the Citadel of Steelbloom. Alright, before you go, hey, these drops from the dragon, there is no way I will ever get one. I do get what you're saying, but as far as the dropped items goes, the Emberblade and Cindersinger are hands down the best weapons that you can get from any mob right now. I will list some alternative weapons and armor in just one bit, so bear with me on this one. What is considered the best in slot for one person is solely dependent on which build and playstyle they are going for. If someone likes to have more crit rate, their gear choice will reflect that and be slightly different. Now, let's go on with some alternative gear that might be a bit easier to obtain. As an example, the Eternal Leather Garb is a very solid item that drops fairly frequently from the name mob Alecog. If I cannot farm the Cuirass, I'd for sure take this one as it's at the same location as the next item down below. Golbo's Skinstripper has excellent stats and drops from a named mob that spawns about 50 meters next to Alecog. Both Golbo and Alecog spawn at the bottom floor of Ursine caves. As an alternative to John's Curious Pendant from Carphin, we also have Grizzler Toothed Necklace to pick from. Grizzler is a named mob that spawns up in Gravepeak, but not during the winter season. An alternative to the Giga Good Longbow from Firebrand, we got the Iron Longbow. It has a chance of dropping from 3 out of the 5 named mobs in Citadel of Steelbloom. If you enjoyed this video, I think you will like some of my other content as well. You can check it out here, and as always, let me know what you'd like to see in the future, and I will try to make it for you. I wish you the best of luck with testing this weekend, and have a good one.